Thank you very much, Zubin. You're watching the Big 12 on ESPN. And they say here in Houston, whose house? Cougs' house. It's the number 12 Houston Cougars, and they have the nation's longest active home win streak tonight. They host the TCU Horned Frogs in a Texas rivalry dating all the way back to 1955. Kissinger, Doug Sermons, and Bert Smith. We're underway, and Emmanuel Sharp, 21 in white, grabs the opening tip. Milos Uzan, number 7 in white, their point guard, the lone starter on this Houston team who is not back from last year. Fran, what do they do offensively?
Well, they're going to move it side to side. They love to play through Roberts because of that. He passes the ball out of double team.
And Uzan cans the first 3 of the game.
Truly interesting. He's not a great scorer, but he's their point forward. And more often than not, they start out games getting the ball into him in the low post.
They are 3rd in the nation in three-point shooting, and they show why in the first possession. What about the Frogs? What does Jamie Dixon like to do offensively?
A lot of pick and roll, which is dangerous against this Houston team, as BYU found out on Saturday. I would stay away from pick and roll the first few minutes of this game.
Deshaun Alette had his shot blocked by JoJo Tubler. Back-to-back NCAA tournament appearances for the first time in program history. Stolen away. Here's LJ Cryer in transition. They want a 3 from Sharp, and they've got it.
They really do. They went toe-to-toe with a great Auburn team in here. Lost to Alabama in overtime, and they're getting better and better, in part because of Uzan's development.
A deep 3. He's one of the best deep ball 3 shooters in the nation, and he's 2 for 2 tonight. Alette, no whistle. Tough 2 from number 3, Deshaun Alette.
Well, the transfer from ODU loves to get shots up. He's a very aggressive scorer. And he wanted a foul call, but he ain't getting it in this game.
He started the last 6 games and scored in double digits in 4 of them. He gets the Frogs on the board. But there's a big-to-big pass, and JoJo TCU coming off a nail-biter of a win at home against Kansas State. The man with the ball, Noah Reynolds, had the game-winning layup. And he's got his first 2 tonight.
Tremendous driver, and he's a lefty. He's sort of a...
6 minutes gone by, an 11-4 Houston win, or lead, should I say. Looking for win number 7 in a row. Here's Roberts, left-hand jumper. Inbounds to the big man, Ernest Uday. Here's another freshman, Micah Robinson, off the mark. Uday, the rebound, stolen away by Uzan. And the Oklahoma transfer, a one-man fast break. The Big 12.
Good look.
Here's Alette for 3.
Nicely done by Ernest Uday. Didn't get double teamed.
Didn't get it, but they got a fresh 20. And Sharp's off the mark again. All of a sudden, Houston's three-point shooting has gone cold. So they take it to the hole instead.
By Malik Wilson, we've seen him forever, right? University of Louisiana Lafayette. We saw him out of Texas Tech the last couple of years. He's been a really good role player. Understands it well, improves his shooting, and right now he's the backup point guard.
Nice pocket pass, and Punch gets fouled and will go to the line. He's like Fletch. 6'7", but he's going to be back on the bench. He missed their last game, a win against SMU. Cooper Flagg. I think Houston fits into that conversation.
They're right there. We know that. The beauty of Houston is people are sleeping on him.
Nice touch by Malik Wilson.
Malik, we talked to Honest White, who is an outstanding player for Kelvin Sampson at Oklahoma. Great staff they've got here.
Here's Reynolds.
Nice.
Going right at the defense, and Javier Francis called for the foul, and it's the bump out pass Saturday against Kansas State. That put him over the 1,000 mark in his career. But he
corner right there, 4 defenders. Two in the uniforms and the sideline and the baseline.
Good deflection by the big man, Uday. And Trezarian White knocks down a three, and he's been hot from beyond the arc. Here's Roberts in playmaking mode. Uzan found the seam, but it was blocked and then tipped in.
They handpicked this guy to be the replacement for Jamal Shead. They played against him. He's had a lot of growing pains here with Kelvin Sampson. Trust me, it hasn't been easy, but you can see his confidence growing.
He has 7 in the early going, but Noah Reynolds gets another N1 opportunity.
City of Wyoming.
Had 23 points in his Big 12 premiere on the road in Tucson. Tough place to score 23 in the McHale Center, and then he followed it up with that 18-point effort in their win.
He's playing with a former Wyoming teammate in Brandon Wenzel, who's out on the court right now.
Now 5 minutes to go in the first half. Houston has led throughout, but Noah Reynolds trying to bring him back all by himself. He's got a game-high 8.
Remember I said he can't go right? On his heels a little bit.
Only 2 points for number 13 in white, Jerron Roberts. Now 10 on the clock. Here's JoJo. Short with the jumper. And he got the rebound and got the foul.
Years to keep improving offensively.
Central on ESPN2. Tessa Johnson with 22 points in a win here. They're down a few. Here's Trey White. Spins and hits.
Nicely done. Trey was a to-the-rim team.
It does. They're hanging around against the 12th ranked Houston team. That's the best defense in the nation, the 3rd best three-point shooting team in the nation. And now LJ Cryer knocks down a 2-point bucket. And some big bodies on the first meeting since the Big 12 tournament last year, where Houston's defense held TCU to 23% from the field. Wenzel, baseline, swallowed up by the Houston D. 8 seconds in the half. Roberts. And we're going to call a bucket for Jawan Roberts.
Now, let's see, something like that, or just give it to this guy and let him go to work. And he will.
Reynolds to the rim. Got it to go. And they're saying a foul's going to be called as well. They'll go and check it out first. But what a run by Noah Reynolds.
Oh, nicely done. Remember, we know this. 5 seconds is... 5 seconds is 5 dribbles, and most good guards can go coast to coast in 4.
He has 11 already in the first half against the fiercest defense in the land. And he can't complete the three-point play. So we'll go to halftime with Houston up 29-22.
Conference point guard. The Arizona State transfer, one of the best defensive players in the country last year.
4 on the shot clock. White rises up and knocks it down. Trezarian White, 8th highest recruit ever at TCU. There's Vashawn Alette.
That's why Roberts has the playmaking big. Like right now, you'll see it when they throw it back to him right here. He's got to be able to score it.
Right hand off the window and 1.
They're staying with that because he's the one guy that gets into the paint.
Games played all time for the Houston Cougars. Misses the free throw.
They love playing through him.
TCU giving Houston a taste of its own medicine in that respect.
Well, we're used to it. You know, Jamie Dixon has always had these kind of defensive teams. You see it tonight.
Sharp with the shot clock winding down. Nearly stolen away. White blocked from behind by Tugler. Houston in transition. Shot for 3.
Terrific player as well from Maccabi Tel Aviv.
That one swatted away. Here come the Cougs. in the midst of a 7-0 run. Wilson adds to it. Largest lead of the night for the Cougars.
Nicely done.
TCU punched in the gut to start this second half. Let's see how they respond. 10 on the shot clock. Here's Reynolds. Hasn't taken a shot yet this half, but we wiped that one away with a bucket.
You know, I was talking to former TCU point scoring, especially with Frankie Collins out, and he has been so aggressive, Rich, in Big 12 play.
Averaging 20 plus a game, and he has 13 tonight.
There's those doubles.
Sharp again. Again! Here's Reynolds, 10 on the shot clock.
Oh.
Got it off. Pretty touch.
He's a problem, man. He is a problem. Houston, a good defensive team, but he's shredding that interior with penetration. Jokingly said he's a one-arm bandit, but boy, he's proven me wrong.
Here's Roberts, another lefty with a bucket.
Become the player he is.
Yeah, all he's doing is averaging 32, 12, and 6 so far this year. Roberts having himself a second half. Here's Reynolds, 15 on the game. Try to make it 18 with that three-point attempt. Here comes Malik Wilson. They go inside out. LJ for three. 7-0 Cougs run. Alette right into the teeth of the Cougars defense and draws the foul.
Well, Joe Tugler was standing. He was an innocent bystander right there. Didn't think he committed a foul because of my client, Joe Tugler, and I won the case.
Come on.
He was dismissed midway through last season. They had a coaching change. TCU's done a really good job in that low post defense tonight.
Here's Cryer in the two-point area. Back-to-back buckets for LJ Cryer. Sharp gets it back. Arsenault. The hook off the window.
Well, that's a classic example of a 50-50 ball. And Houston usually gets 90% of 50-50 balls. Figure that math out. Don't ask me.
And that's a big answer. Number 3 with a 3. White. Short. And the tip-in is good.
Tell you what, this team is battling. It's the real deal, Rich. He reminds me a little bit of Tom Chambers, who's a great player in the NBA. Kirilenko. A little bit Kevin Garnett. Nice.
That's a tough shot. Left.
It's the ultimate player development program, and he, as I said earlier, is a poster child.
And now he's got a chance for an assist. And he's got one because Terrence Arsenault has knocked down a 3. Make that Malik Wilson.
But Malik
run. Missed it. Here comes Arsenault.
And Malik Wilson was the guy that tipped that away.
Now Javier Francis hasn't called his name a lot tonight. And he goes down in a heap, fouled hard by Trezarian White. That magical mark. He already has 900 career rebounds. And then when he reaches that point, only Akeem Olajuwon and Greg Rock.
That's an example right there of, we said when the Houston defense is really on, it looks like there's 6 guys. There's not a passing lane there. How about Javier Francis? Remember, he was hurt early in the year, Rich. Graham is about.
Last year it was Jamal Shed. This year, Jawan Roberts, the heartbeat of the Houston Cougars. Reynolds for 2. He has 17.
He's been quiet lately, but still overall an impressive night.
Do you think he knows he's 3 away from 1,000?
It looked like they were setting up a little ball screen for him last possession, because he's coming out soon. I don't think it matters when he gets it.
Uze with the float game.
He can really score. His defense is getting better. He's getting some time right now.
Reynolds, left hand under the basket. Well, two of the Houston starters still on the floor. Milos Uzan with the ball in his hand, and number 13, Juwan Roberts, who stands 3 points shy of 1,000. Here he goes again. And he'll go to the line. Oklahoma has given him some mentorship, and then a gentleman by about 6 feet.
30 and 15.
He's a tremendous man, and what I love is
that was the beginning of the modern era.
that's when Houston beat that long-standing UCLA win streak. Here's Miller, and Mercy Miller will go to the line.
Just as a point of reference, Mercy played at Sherman Oaks, Notre Dame, with Dusty Stromer, who's playing up at
10 of their wins have been of that note, but their last 6, this will most likely be.
Bowl means they're kind of sitting pretty under the radar.
And they'll improve to 3-0 in the Big 12 this year, and their schedule sets up to look like they could be 7-0 going to Lawrence, Kansas to face the Jayhawks.
We'll see.
Next up, they're on the road in Manhattan to take on Kansas State. Following that, it's a game against number 21 ranked West Virginia. That won't be easy. And then they're on the road again in Orlando against a tough UCF team. Always tough outs in the Big 12, but this might be one of the best Houston Cougar teams when it's all said and done. A long way to go, but the Cougs have now won 7 straight and 31 straight at home in front of the Fertitta Center faithful. That is the longest active home winning streak in all of college basketball.